one way or another. And in modern times, we have ways to discover your family line.
Hi, I'm Emmeline Macbeth, transformational genealogist. I use DNA besides traditional genealogy to repair family trees that have been affected by slavery and racism. I'm also a project leader at WikiTree's U.S. Black Heritage Project, where we identify, honor, and connect both free and enslaved African American ancestors to their descendants. Today, I want to address slavery in genealogy. For those of you who may be coming across it for the first time, you may be wondering what it means and whether you should do anything with the information you come across. Let's start with first things first. A lot of feelings are going to come up for you, and that's okay. They're all valid. You need to spend time with those feelings, honor those feelings. This is going to look different for everyone. Shame, fear, guilt, anger, rage, helplessness, frustration, confusion, empathy, horror. There are groups that you can go to talk about these feelings regarding slavery and how that can translate into the healing of our nation. Coming to the Table is one such group. On their website, look at the Participate tab and choose Working Groups to see additional subgroups that might be of specific interest for you. See the link below for Coming to the Table. But here's the thing, if all you do is spend your time with your feelings, the world is no better off. I want to strongly urge you to use those feelings to spur you into action. Thought without action makes no change. Before I talk about how to take action, let me tell you a few things that you shouldn't do. Number one, like I already mentioned, don't stay stuck with your feelings. Not only does this not make change, it makes it all about you. Number two, don't make assumptions about preferred terminology. This isn't always easy because descendants of enslaved ancestors don't always agree on the exact language that should be used. But if you listen closely, you'll learn the most respectful way to talk about slavery while working with genealogy. Number three, don't spend your time ranting about slavery. This goes back to number one, where we talked about not being stuck with the feelings. Talk without action creates very little change. Number four, don't try to run out and make reparations to the descendants of the families that your family enslaved before doing the groundwork. This could end up doing more damage than good. Instead, join Linked Descendants, a subgroup of Coming to the Table, and learn about how to link to descendants. There are many small things you can do to make a difference in the healing of America from the effects of racism. But today I'm going to talk specifically about how you can make a difference in family research, also called genealogy. Now, let's talk about how we can make some big change. You're probably watching this video because you came across slavery information while doing genealogy research, or you discovered that you had ancestors who owned slaves. Maybe you came across a will where a father gave his slaves to his children upon his death, or you came across a bill of sale, or maybe you came across a mortgage document in which the owner used the slaves as collateral for the mortgage. Yes, this happened a lot. When you come across these kind of documents and this kind of information, what should you do with it? Before I answer this question, let me tell you why it's important to do anything with it. Because slaves were not documented by name on any national documents until the 1870 census, we must look at the documents of slave owners, such as wills, bills of sale, deeds, mortgages, estate valuations, and even diaries to learn more about them. By sharing this information publicly and creating family tree profiles, you can help the descendants of those enslaved ancestors to connect to their family and build their family trees. And I believe it's all of America's responsibility to reconnect families to their enslaved ancestors. It's the least we can do to repair the damage that's been done by slavery. Now let's go back to what you should do with the information you come across about slaves in documents. Choice number one, you could list them in your family tree wherever you have that, maybe at Ancestry.com or MyHeritage. But placing this information in a family tree can often be confusing to others when they see enslaved people connected to the ancestor they share with you. It can also be very difficult to figure out the best and most helpful way to document slavery within a family tree context. Choice number two, you could take every opportunity to post online that you have a list of slaves to share and see who responds. The problem with this choice is your information might never reach the direct descendants that you need to connect with. Choice number 3, place the information on a public online family tree website such as WikiTree. Why WikiTree? It's free to use and free for the public to view, which means descendants with enslaved ancestors won't even have to have an account to see the information you share. WikiTree is one of the largest one world family tree websites available online. Because of this, you will find both the slave owner family profiles and the enslaved ancestor profiles all in one place. This makes sharing of information with the people who need it the most easy to do. WikiTree has a very active U.S. Black Heritage Project. We collect and process information in order to create family profiles for all Black Americans. We hope to rebuild family trees torn apart due to slavery and racism, connect enslaved ancestors to their descendants, and give every Black American a full family tree while celebrating Black American history. The U.S. Black Heritage Project uses features found only on WikiTree to document enslaved ancestors such as internal links, categories, and free space pages. How can you be a part of this innovative database where one day all existing resources and documents will be translated into family trees? First, learn the U.S. Black Heritage Project system for documenting slavery. We call this the Heritage Exchange Program. And then turn that information into family profiles. It's not enough to have just a list of names. Heritage Exchange seeks to turn those names of enslaved ancestors into family groups, then into family trees. See the Heritage Exchange portal linked below for a directory of help pages to learn the system. Instructional videos will soon be available in addition to these help pages. Next, put what you learn into practice by processing the documents you have and ones that you come across. When we say process the documents, we mean to create person profiles for every enslaved ancestor named in the documents. Once you have created the profiles, it will be easy to share information publicly and invite others to share information they might have about each person. You don't have to join the U.S. Black Heritage Project to learn the process or do the work, but we welcome all the help that we can get. We have over 10 million enslaved ancestors to honor, which means we have quite a ways to go. If you'd like to join us, instructions are on the project homepage linked below. What if you really want to help, but you don't feel you have the time or experience with family research to do the work? You can send any information you have regarding enslaved ancestors to the Heritage Exchange Program at the email address posted on our project's homepage linked below, and we will process it for you. Examples of information you can send to us might be documents naming slaves, family stories of enslaved people who are connected to your family, or local research projects that might have information that could benefit our work. If you have questions about the Heritage Exchange Program and how to get started, please open a free account on wikitree.com and post a question in the G2G forum found under the Help tab. Be sure to tag the question with the tag Black Heritage using that underscore, and here are a few other tags that you could use. In summary, the most amazing thing you can do when you come across slavery information while doing your family research is to document it and translate it into family tree profiles so that we can connect every enslaved ancestor to their descendants. This can help us make sure that every Black American has all the leaves in their family tree.
We're all connected one way or another, and in modern times we have ways to discover your family line and your family tree.